Someone once remarked that when an egg breaks, it will take a miracle to bring the broken pieces together. How far can this statement be said to be a true reflection of the situation the Nigerian market has been experiencing since the start of the market crisis that hit the sector about 5 years ago?
The performance of the capital market is an impediment for economic growth and development. The capital market has the potential to induce growth, but has not contributed significantly to economic growth of Nigeria due to low market capitalization, small market size, few listed companies, low volume of transactions, illiquidity, amongst others.
Since 2008, when the capital market crisis started, the market has lost 9 trillion naira of its value. And even though only 10 million people invested directly in the stock market, their investment decisions affected more than 60 million people. Jobs have been lost, careers have been truncated, marriages have broken up, and what had once looked like a permanent feast had created a series of discomfort for those who took part in that banquet. Of even a greater concern is the fact that even though the capital market is supposed to be a market for funding long-term investment, it has largely been used to fund consumption and has oscillated in tenor of short to medium terms. For as long as the crisis has lasted, there has been concerted effort on the part of all the stakeholders to put the broken pieces together. Dialogues have been held, new policies have been framed and applied, the pronouncement that should ordinarily have significant impact on the markets have been made by those who mattered. Even though there have been changes in some aspect of the market, those changes have not reflected the deep expectations of majority of investors who have longed to see the level of excitement that the market had witnessed before the crisis started. But what truly is the situation of the Nigerian capital market? Is there any hope that the market would ever bounce back again? Will the stock market be able to once again provide the ordinary investors the same banquet or prosperity as it did before the crisis started? The truth is that opinions on the real status of the market are as varied as those people expressing those views.
What we have seen of the market is that it is no longer as bad as it is. It has actually recovered.
The market is getting out of that drop and climbing that peak. You need to ride with the market. The market has recovered. Even if you compare the statistics of our market with other markets in the world, we will see that Nigerian capital market ranks among those that are making positive returns as of today. Run the numbers and start to challenge.
For those people who are taking advantage of the low price situation of the premium stocks, those stocks with good fundamentals that have been progressing with all the conscious effort that is being made to bring the market to the desired level, there is a considerable level of improvement.
So for me, the market has recovered. Now, whether you know it or not, it's not an all-commerce market. It belongs to a few people, and those few people know what it is in the market, and they will continue with this.
Some say the market has already recovered, but only those who are seeking for deeper interpretations can pick the hidden values that are already unfolding.
The market has been improving. People have made 15% gain that the market has made this year. It's just the aggregate, it's on the whole. That's more like the summary. There are investors who, through their trading activities in the market, have made up to 25, 27, 30%.
I want to say that the stock market is recovering, and it's recovering very fast.
Yet, others say that you cannot divest the performance of the market from the general state of development in the economy as a whole.
There's no way we can divorce the fortune of the economy from the fortune of the stock market. The market, if the economy is buoyant, the stock market will surely get its own share.
First time also, the last 4 years, we now have concerted efforts involving the federal government, especially concerted efforts being made to, look at issues in the market, to look at what are the things to do, what ideas, what activities do we need to put in place to ensure that the market goes forward.
But the consensus among those who have offered one opinion or the other on the state of the market is the Nigerian stock market, which is on the path to a sustained recovery. And the stakeholders are not leaving any stone unturned to ensure that the recovery become irreversible. The CIS as an institute is leading in this direction by revamping its internal structure to respond to the new demands of the market.
Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers as a primary professional body for the capital market must play a more involved role in determining policies and participate more actively in economic discussions.
Of the institute is first and foremost to train stockbrokers. In addition to training stockbrokers, we also regulate their activities in the market to ensure that our brokers are always, on the top form and without any form of blemish.
And the staff of the CIS are not left alone in powering these recovery efforts.
We are developing more products. Opportunities are going to be open for people to write at different exams at different levels.
CIS is trying to train and try to reshape the markets for better investor-friendly markets, and also to train our members on capacity building.
The way they are trying to regulate the market now, I think it will boost the confidence and it will draw people back to university, to the capital market.
Able to actually secure an appointment, kind of dissemination of information within the group service now. We are doing a lot of educational enlightenment for other stakeholders, especially shareholders, and any fora where we find ourselves. We have always said that the market is going to come back, is even coming back gradually.
Also, in July this year, at a policy dialogue session in Lagos with the Coordinating Minister for the Economy and Honorable Minister for Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the stockbrokers under the umbrella of Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers made far-reaching suggestions on the way forward for the stock market. Amongst others, the stockbrokers wanted about 25% of the $14 billion portfolio of the pension funds to be channeled into the stock market. At the moment, the pension funds channels over 90% of its investment into fixed income securities. Besides, the CIS recommended that a policy should be put in place to discourage ordinary investors from investing directly in stocks and instead come in through the platform of collective investment such as mutual funds. Again, the CIS wanted the federal government to create a number of initiatives that would get most of the companies in the key sectors of the economy such as power, telecom and agric to get listed in the capital market. While the Minister of Finance expressed no objection to the request by CIS, she believed that the issues should be addressed through more dialogue and reflections. So, where do these lead the market to? It won't possibly be out of place to state that the series of national workshops embarked by the CIS would provide such an avenue for deeper interaction between the stock market operators, the federal government and other stakeholders. And
suffice it to say that this is not just a flash in the pan workshop. Very important to emphasize that the stakeholders, we have buy-in already from various stakeholders in the capital market, and various challenges that it poses in organizing this type of workshop. However, we see that the benefits will definitely come in due course of time.
Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers, working in conjunction with other capital market stakeholders, regulatory authority, government, putting this national workshop together to make sure that on an annual basis, we are able to review where we are, and we are able to also address gaps that advance the cost of the Nigerian capital market.
Through this medium, we will regularly collaborate with and engage key arms and agencies of government, the Presidency, the National Assembly, Federal Ministry of Finance, Central Bank, Securities and Exchange Commission, the Nigerian Stock Exchange, amongst others, as part of our contributions to national development.
And who knows that once all the key buttons in the economy are activated through such platforms of dialogue, the capital market, which represents the nation's pulse, may come back to life again. And that maybe this could be the needed miracle that would bring back the broken pieces of the eggs of the Nigerian capital market. For more information, visit www.cisnigeria.com.